Welcome to Science Store online classes.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Let us study about the characteristics of five kingdom classification. Okay, in this class we are going to study about the five kingdom classification, how they generally mentioned in a column. Okay, based on their cell type, cell wall, nuclear membrane and body organization and mode of nutrition. Here all the five types of kingdoms are classified based on this main criteria. Okay, cell type in Moera, you can see the cell type is prokaryotic. I have told what is prokaryotic, which is a primitive type of cell which will not contain a true nucleus, and also cell organelles are absent. That type of cell we'll call it as prokaryotic cell. And protista contain eukaryotic cell which contains true nucleus with all the cell organelles. Even fungi contain eukaryotic nucleus. Even same here also same, all these contain eukaryotic cell type except the Moera, which contain prokaryotic type of cell. And cell wall, here cell wall is, here you can see the presence of cell wall made up of the material present. Usually in this cell wall material is murine. Okay, here you can see cell wall material as a murine. In prokaryote the cell wall is present. In some you can see the presence of cell wall. For example, this euglena, this photosynthetic organism which contains cell wall present in some. Usually cellulose is a cell wall material. And in eukaryote fungi it is present. Usually chitin is a cell wall material in fungi. Okay, plants present. Cellulose is a cell wall material, and animal it is absent. In animals you can see, you cannot see the cell wall around the cell, and it is contain only plasma membrane. So the cell is flexible. Here they are rigid because of the presence of the thick cell wall. Okay, nuclear membrane here absent. In eukaryotic cell the nuclear membrane is completely absent. Here it is present. In all the eukaryotic cell you can see the presence of nuclear membrane. Okay, you can see the presence of nuclear membrane. And body organization is here unicellular. Here also unicellular. The body organization, single cell will perform all the functioning. You can see here, you can see the multicellular. You can see multicellular condition. It may be filamentous or any type. You can see well developed organization, multicellular organism. Here you can see this multicellular with organs and different organs are present. You can see organs and tissues are present. Here the body organization may contains organs and tissue system. Here it is also multicellular with organs, tissues and tissue system, organ system. These are present in an animal kingdom. You can see the presence of organ, tissue, organ system, tissue system and organ systems are present. Okay, last one is mode of nutrition. Here the mode of nutrition is autotrophic. You can see autotrophic nutrition like autotrophs or chemotrophs. Okay, and also you can see heterotrophic nutrition. You can see heterotrophic nutrition. In Protista you can see autotrophic as well as heterotrophic. In autotrophic, you can say photosynthetic type of nutrition. Phototrophs are present. Photosynthetic type of nutrition is present. Here photosynthetic as well as chemosynthetic type of nutrition you can see. Here they are heterotrophic. So here heterotrophic, and here fungi all are heterotrophic. All the organisms are heterotrophic in nature, and in plant kingdom you are going to study in detail, okay, in coming classes about this complete structure of the fungi, protista and monera. Okay, plant, it is all the organisms are autotrophic, means photosynthetic in nature, or autotrophs. Here all the organisms are photoautotrophs, or they are simply autotrophic in nature. No heterotrophic organism is present. You know, autotrophic means they synthesize their own food. Heterotrophic means they dependent on the other animals for the mode of nutrition. Okay, and here animal all are heterotrophic. All the organisms are heterotrophic in nature. Okay, here this is about the general characters of the different kingdom based on the important characters, based on important criteria. The plants are the organisms are classified into different kingdoms. Next we will move to the first kingdom, that is Monera. In this kingdom, this is all the cells contain prokaryotic type of cell, and they are unicellular in nature. They are unicellular in nature, and all are prokaryotic, and they are autotrophic as well as heterotrophic natures are present. And based on the shape of the organism, based on the shape of the cells, you can see bacillus. Rod shaped bacteria are called as bacillus. Okay, rod shaped bacteria are called as bacillus. This structure, rod shaped structure, we'll call it as rod shaped structure of this bacteria is called as bacillus or bacilli, plural bacilli. Okay, next round shaped structure called coccus. Round shaped spherical shaped cells are called as coccus. Okay, here you can see lactobacilli. Okay, here you can see, give example staphylococcus. Staphylococcus is example for coccus type of bacteria. And one more you can see this spiral shaped, we'll call it as spirillum, which is spiral shaped. You can see spiral shaped bacteria. Okay, this is called as this spirillum, or the spirillus is a spirillum is a type of bacteria which is spirally arranged. And one more you can see comma shaped, we'll call it as vibrio. Vibrium or vibrio, that is comma shaped like this. So the comma shaped bacteria is called as vibrium. The comma shaped bacteria is called as vibrium. You can see we can give vibrio cholerae. Vibrio cholera is an example for is a bacteria which is comma shaped. This is about the different types of the bacteria based on the shape, that is bacillus, coccus, spirillum and vibrium or vibrio shaped type of Vibrium shaped this type of bacteria we can see under the Monera. Next class, comma shaped bacteria is called as Vibrium and the plural form of is Vibrio. These are the different types of the bacteria based on their shape. Very important, based on their shape there are four types of bacteria, that is Coccus, Bacillus, Spirillum and Vibrium. Spirillum and Vibrium, these are the different types of, if the question may be asked for your exam, just write along with the diagram, so that it will be easy for you for your understanding as well as for the examiner also. Okay, next we'll move to the characters. Okay, next we'll move to the character of the general character of the bacteria, how they differ from the other groups. Okay, okay. Next, character. Here all the bacteria may be formed of a simple cell structure. It may be formed of a simple prokaryotic type of cell, but they show extensive rate of diversity. They show extensive rate of diversity. You can see very much diversity in bacteria, because they may grow in any condition of the habitat. So as the condition changes, the single organism is not able to grow in a more than one habitat. They can adjust in one or two habitat, but they cannot adjust in a extreme habitat. So here the bacteria show much diversity, because even though they contain a simple cell, this is because of the various metabolic activity, extensive metabolic activity. Extensive metabolic activity taking place inside the cell resulted in the diversity of the bacterial cell. So this will help to help the bacteria to adjust in various environmental conditions. So they usually their nutrition is through by photosynthetic as well as the nutrition may be autotrophic or heterotrophic. You can see both the type of nutrition. Even the cell wall content present in the cell is very important to adjust to the harsh environmental condition. Cell wall content irtadalla cellina sutta adu sa ಒಂದು important factor ಆಗ್ತದೆ extreme condition ಅಲ್ಲಿ grow ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. So here they are based on the nutrition. You can see different types of the organism. How this extensive metabolic activity will result in the diversity. We can see the metabolic diversity because of the metabolic activity, high different metabolic activity. The bacteria is able to produce different types of chemicals. Okay, here ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಮೆಟಬಾಲಿಕ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗೆ ದೇ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಯೋಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ಸನ್ನು ಅದು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಸ್ ಟು ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್, ಆರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮೇ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಟು ದ ಅದರ್ living beings, or it may be for plants or animals, that may be very useful. So based on nutrition you can see two types, autotrophic and heterotrophic. Okay, here autotrophic may be further divided into two types, that is photosynthetic. Here the autotrophic nutrition usually takes place by oxidizing the various inorganic compounds, by oxidizing inorganic compounds or by oxidizing, or they can, autotrophic means they can produce, the bacteria or the animal can produce their own food by the utilization of other source or light energy. So here based on the utilization of light and chemical source, the autotrophic nutrition may be, autotrophic animal organisms may be differentiated into two types, photosynthetic and chemosynthetic. Photosynthetic and chemosynthetic. Here photosynthetic is the light, the energy is in the form of light source. Here the energy is in the form of chemical source. In chemosynthetic, the bacteria will use they oxidize the inorganic compound to make to convert energy to get a energy, and that can be stored in different forms. So here chemical compounds are useful, here light energy is useful. Some are heterotrophic, they may live on other living organism, they may live on other living organism, or they may be saprophytic or parasitic. Saprophytic means which grow on dead and decaying matter, and parasitic means which grow on the other organism by getting a food from the other organism. These type of nutrition may affect or cause a disease in living organisms. Okay. Kuma shaped bacteria is called as Vibrium, and the plural form of is Vibrio. These are the different types of the bacteria based on their shape. Very important, based on their shape there are 4 types of bacteria, that is Coccus, Bacillus, Spirillum and Vibrium. Spirillum and Vibrium, these are the different types of, if the question may be asked for your exam, just write along with the diagram, so that it will be easy for you for your understanding as well as for the examiner also. Okay, next we'll move to the characters. Okay, next we'll move to the character of the general character of the bacteria, how they differ from the other groups. Okay. Okay. Next, character. Here all the bacteria may be formed of a simple cell structure. It may be formed of a simple prokaryotic type of cell, but they show extensive rate of diversity. They show extensive rate of diversity. You can see very much diversity in bacteria, because they may grow in any condition of the habitat. So as the condition changes, the single organism is not able to grow in a more than one habitat. They can adjust in 1 or 2 habitat, but they cannot adjust in a extreme habitat. So here the bacteria show much diversity, because even though they contain a simple cell, this is because of the various metabolic activity, extensive metabolic activity. Extensive metabolic activity taking place inside the cell resulted in the diversity of the bacterial cell. So this will help the bacteria to adjust in various environmental conditions. So usually their nutrition is through by photosynthetic as well as the nutrition may be autotrophic or heterotrophic. You can see both the type of nutrition. Even the cell wall content present in the cell is very important to adjust to the harsh environmental condition. Cell wall content irtadalla cellina sutta, adu sa ಒಂದು important factor ಆಗ್ತದೆ extreme condition ಅಲ್ಲಿ grow ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. So here they are based on the nutrition. You can see different types of the organism. How this extensive metabolic activity will result in the diversity. We can see the metabolic diversity because of the metabolic activity, different metabolic activity. The bacteria is able to produce different types of chemicals. Okay, here ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮೆಟಬಾಲಿಕ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗೆ ದೇ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಯೋಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ಸನ್ನು ಅದು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಸ್ ಟು ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್, ಆರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮೇ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಟು ದ ಅದರ್ living beings, or it may be for plants or animals, that may be very useful. So based on nutrition you can see 2 types, autotrophic and heterotrophic. Okay, here autotrophic may be further divided into two types, that is photosynthetic. Here the autotrophic nutrition usually takes place by oxidizing the various inorganic compounds, by oxidizing inorganic compounds or the by oxidizing, or they can, autotrophic means they can produce, the bacteria or the animal can produce their own food by the utilization of other source or light energy. So here based on the utilization of light and chemical source, the autotrophic nutrition may be, autotrophic animal organisms may be differentiated into two types: photosynthetic and chemosynthetic. Photosynthetic and chemosynthetic. Here photosynthetic is the light, the energy is in the form of light source. Here the energy is in the form of chemical source. In chemosynthetic, the bacteria will use, they oxidize the inorganic compound to make to convert energy, to get energy, and that can be stored in different forms. So here chemical compounds are useful, here light energy is useful. Some are heterotrophic, they may live on other living organism, or they may be saprophytic or parasitic. Saprophytic means which grow on dead and decaying matter, and parasitic means which grow on the other organism by getting a food from the other organism. These type of nutrition may affect or cause a disease in living organisms. Okay. Here this kingdom Moera may be divided into two types of bacteria, that is Archaebacteria and Eubacteria. These are the two main division of kingdom Moera, that is bacteria may be divided into Archaebacteria and Eubacteria. Here first we will study the Archaebacteria. Archaebacteria are nothing but bacteria which live in extreme harsh condition. Extreme harsh condition andre tumba effective other condition, which all the other organism cannot live in that particular condition. That type of condition we will call it as harsh condition. For example, salt, high salt condition. So these Archaebacteria may live in this high salt condition or high salt concentration. This type of bacteria will call it as, the bacteria which grow in a salty condition is called as halophils. Halo refers to the salt, halophils refers to the loving. Salt loving bacteria is called as which comes under Archaebacteria, which grow in a salt condition, high salt concentration. Next, high temperature. Or extreme heat condition. That type of bacteria is called as Thermoacidophilus. Thermoacidophils are the bacteria which grow under high temperature, very high temperature. For example, hot springs, I have given example, hot springs, volcanic area, and even in the your boilers, you are using boilers for heating the water. There also these type of bacteria may be present. They can bear the temperature, extreme temperature above 82. above 80 to 120 degree temperature they can bear these temperature, and even some extremophils are also present. It can bear above 120 degree Celsius. They can bear even more temperature. So this the high temperature, the bacteria which grow in high temperature is called as Thermoacidophilus, and some of the bacteria which grow in marshy areas. Marshy areas where the soil is mixed with water, so that they form a marshy, somewhat sticky areas. If you place your leg in that area, that will sink inside, so we cannot measure the length. That type of area is called as marshy area. So here these the bacteria which grow in marshy areas is called as methanogens. These are the different types of the bacteria which grow in different harsh conditions. So Archaebacteria are the bacteria which can grow in very harsh condition. So these are the different regions, and these are the different examples for the bacteria, Archaebacteria. So why this condition will be seen in Archaebacteria? Because it is because of the presence of the varial cell wall. Because of the presence of the cell wall, the cell wall material around the cell is resulted for the withstand of high or extreme environmental condition. Extreme environmental condition anna bear madlikke ee thick cell wall result ಆಗ್ತದೆ. So the components also vary. Cellulosic ಅಥವಾ chitin ಇರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. Usually it is made up of polysaccharide and proteins. The cell wall is usually made up by polysaccharides and proteins. Polysaccharides are nothing but the simple sugar molecules. Sugar molecules that you are going to study in biomolecules. Polysaccharide andre enanta sugar molecules irtade polysaccharide. Our sugar molecules iddu long chain will form a polysaccharide. Okay, so then protein contents also will be there, and that will help the bacteria to grow in or to withstand the extreme environmental condition. And these methanogen bacteria may be present in some ruminant animals like cow and buffalo. Cow and buffalo are the ruminant animals. Ruminant animals are nothing but they have special structure in their digestive system. This is a esophagus. So before going to the next, it leads to the intestine system. This is esophagus. If you consider esophagus, the plant usually this cow and buffalo will consume the plant material which contain a thick cell wall which is very difficult to digest. Here if we human beings will eat this dry or uncooked plant materials, it will not be digested in our body. So we always use the cooked plants. Okay, usually in plants, grasses alla tumba thick cellulose material irtade. So usually this cow and buffalo will eat the grass. They will eat the grass, so it will immediately goes to the specialized organ system present in the digestive system, that is rumen. So rumen is a special structure present inside the digestive tract of the herbivorous animal. Usually herbivorous animal alli ee special structure irutade. So rumen, that will call it as rumen, it contain a specialized enzyme system. Andre cellulase anta enzyme anna hondirtade. So cellulase enzyme anna hondirtade. Cellulase enzyme will digest the cellulose. It will digest the cellulose. So I am explaining why we will call it as a ruminant animals. Ruminant animals ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳೋದು? Because of the presence of specialized structure called ruminant. Rumen, the specialized structure called rumen that contain a specialized enzyme called cellulose, which will digest the cellulose. Along with the cellulase, you can also see the presence of methanogens. Along with the cellulase in rumen region, you can also see the methanogens. So that methanogens will help for the production of methane. Which help for the production of methane, which is nothing but a biogas. You have studied the biogas production, right? And that important gas will be synthesized, that is nothing but methane. That for the production of methane we require methanogens. Usually while preparing the biogas, we are not adding any chemical constituents or any bacterial culture itself. We are dumping the cow dung into a closed container. Itself it produces a methanes, right? That methane production is because of the presence of methanogens. ಈ ಮಿಥೇನ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ಗೆ ಕಾರಣ ಆಗಿರೋದು ಯಾವುದು? ಮಿಥೆನೋಜನ್ಸ್. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಮಿಥೆನೋಜನ್? ಕೌಡಂಕಲ್ಲೇ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಕೌಡಂಕಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅದು? ದೇ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಅ digestive system of the, they are present inside the herbivorous animals like cow and buffalo. So that helps in the production of methane. So it's, and also this methane is also very harmful chemical. It is nothing but a hydrocarbons, which is any organism will not live in methane. So alcohol, it is a type of alcohol, methanol. Methane is a gas which is a hydrocarbon where the other organism will not able to live. Only the methanogens can live in this condition, methane containing region. So they are able to produce this methane. Natural methane will be synthesized by the methanogens. Very important. So next we'll move to the next topic, that is next type is eubacteria. Next type is eubacteria. This is also all the bacteria, or the true bacteria is called as eubacteria. All type of bacteria, or most of the bacteria will come under this class. So here the bacteria, simple bacteria, almost all the bacteria will contain a rigid cell wall. They contain a rigid cell wall. So they contain rigid cell wall and some motile. Some of the bacteria is also motile in nature. They are motile in nature because of the presence of some tail-like structure. Because of the presence of this tail-like structure, this tail-like structure we'll call it as flagellum. The tail-like structure present in a bacteria which help for the motility is called as flagellum. Remember, the flagellum is nothing but a motile organ present in a bacteria. So singular is flagellum, plural is flagella. Okay. Next, this is the important characters of bacteria. So this flagella is present only in the motile bacteria. So next here, this eubacteria contains two types, cyanobacteria and bacteria. So here this eubacteria contain two types of further types. This eubacteria contain further two types, cyanobacteria and bacteria. So here the cyanobacteria, which contains all the blue-green algae, algae which comes under the type cyanobacteria. All bacteria will come under the bacteria. So cyanobacteria, which contains, they are photosynthetic in nature. So based on the nutrition, the plant, these bacteria may be divided into further 3 types: photosynthetic, second one chemosynthetic, and third one is heterotrophic. Based on their nutrition, heterotrophic. These are the 3 main types of the 3 main types. So he can see photosynthetic. All the cyanobacteria will come under the photosynthetic group. They produce their own food by using the light energy. So they are usually, these cyanobacteria are green in color. So they are green in color. So they are green in color and they contains chlorophyll A pigment. Chlorophyll A pigment is present, so that results in a photosynthesis in a particular type of bacteria. So next for example for cyanobacteria is Nosto. Just we should learn the structure of Nosto, and this cyanobacteria may be of different types. This cyanobacteria is of different types. Based on their structure, they may be unicellular, or colonial, or filamentous. So they may be unicellular, means single cell, may act as a individual organism. They may be colonial, which aggregate in a group. Filamentous means here the cells are arranged one above the other, form a thread like structure. This structure we'll call it as a filamentous. Okay, understood? Okay, this type of structure we'll call it as filamentous. Okay, here the cyanobacteria may be are of 3 types, that is unicellular, colonial and filamentous. Unicellular means single cell may be present. Colonial means they have aggregated in a colonies. Filamentous means the cells are present one above the other, form a thread like structure, long thread like structure. That we'll call it as a filamentous. The example for, important example for cyanobacteria are important. They are photosynthetic in nature. They are photosynthetic in nature. So we'll study the structure of Nosto colonies. Example, Nosto, Anabiana are the good example for cyanobacteria, which is made up of many cells. So here they may contain nucleus, these are the cell organelles, cytoplasm. Inside that you can see the cytoplasm, and outside it is covered with the cell wall. It is covered with the cell wall. Okay, and here these cells, normal cells which contain photosynthetic pigment, which undergo photosynthesis. They trap the light energy because of the presence of chlorophyll. They will trap the light energy and convert it into chemical energy. So some few cells are called as heterocyst. Here few few cells are called as heterocyst. These are nostoc colony, nostoc filament. These are nostoc filaments, and these cells are called as heterocyst. These heterocysts are very important. They have specialized enzyme to fix the atmospheric nitrogen. Atmospheric nitrogen anna fix ಮಾಡುವಂತ special enzyme ಗಳನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿರುತ್ತದೆ. So this is very important. This nostoc as well as Anabina is able to fix the atmospheric nitrogen. Atmospheric nitrogen ಅನ್ನು fix ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ help ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. And these filamentous which contain, outerly it is contain this colonial as well as filamentous cyanobacteria outerly contain a gelatinous material called mucilage, which contain a gelatinous material called as mucilage. ಈ ಜೆಲಾಟಿನಸ್ ಜೆಲಿ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಚರ್ ಇರ್ತದಲ್ಲ ಅಂಥದನ್ನು ಮ್ಯುಸಿಲೇಜ್ನಸ್ ಶೀತ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಮ್ಯುಸಿಲೇಜ್ ಶೀತ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಈಸ್ ಸರೌಂಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಮ್ಯುಸಿಲೇಜ್ ಶೀತ್. ಯಾಕಿದು ಮ್ಯುಸಿಲೇಜ್ ಶೀತ್ ಬೇಕಂದರೆ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ಮ್ಯುಸಿಲೇಜ್ನಸ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ವಿಲ್ ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಬ್ ದ ವಾಟರ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತದಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಬೇಗ ಸೆಲ್ಲನ್ನು ಡ್ರೈ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ dry up the cell quickly because this mucilaginous material will absorb or which hold large amount of water. So these are usually present in our pond, or you can see in paddy field. These nostoc colonies are present. You can see at the starting stage when the land is kept for the accumulation of water, ನೀರು ನಿಲ್ಲಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಆಗ you can see the patches of green patches all over the field. That is nothing but nostoc colonies. Here some nostoc colonies or the alga, this alga will cause the algal bloom. Here this nostoc as well as some other algae, which when the pollutant content increases in a particular water body alli yavaga pollutant contents ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಹಾಗೇನಾಗ್ತದೆ algal bloom ಆಗ್ತದೆ. The growth of these algae, cyanobacteria or other algae will increases, their growth increases. That results in a decrease in the oxygen content ಅನ್ನು decrease ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. That results in a death of the fishes and all. So this is also act as a pollutant indicator, and also this help for heterocysts, help for the nitrogen fixation. This help for the nitrogen fixation. So this is an example for nostoc filament. This is a structure of nostoc filament, very important. And also same Anabina structure is also same. Some few difference will be there. Some Anabina and nostoc will grow along with some other plant. ಇದು symbiotic association ಅನ್ನು ಸಹ ತೋರಿಸ್ತದೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಇದು ಬೆಳೀತದೆ. nostoc will be seen in cycas ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಅದರ ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ. Anabina will be seen in azolla ಕೇಳಿದಿರಾ? azolla, it is a special type of bryophyte which is used as a feed for cow and ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ ಈಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್. ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ ಈಲ್ಡ್ ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸಿಗೆ ಇದು ಅಜೋಲಾವನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಯೂಶ್ವಲಿ ಡೈರಿ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿರುವವರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ ಅಜೋಲಾ. ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ದ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮಿಲ್ಕ್. Okay, thus next we'll move to the one more important type, that is chemosynthetic bacteria. Usually here the bacteria will utilize the chemical energy, inorganic compounds they oxidize the inorganic compound to get the energy. Like they utilize the inorganic compounds like nitrates, nitrites and ammonia. These are the three different types of inorganic compounds utilized by the chemosynthetic bacteria. So these chemosynthetic bacteria oxidize these compounds and the energy will be produced. That energy is utilized for the synthesis of ATP molecule. You know, ATP molecule, adenine triphosphate, is a energy packets in a living organism. These are the energy containing compounds. ಈ ATP ಅಲ್ಲಿ energy ಇರ್ತದೆ. So whenever energy is required, this will be oxidized. ATP oxidize ಆಗಿ energy ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತದೆ. That will be utilized for various functioning. So here ಈ nitrate ಇದು oxidize ಆದ energy ಬರ್ತದಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ATP ಅನ್ನು ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ADP ಇಂದ ATP ಅನ್ನು ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್, ATP ಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ chemosynthetic nutrition in the plant. This chemosynthetic bacteria is also helpful to fix the or recycle some of the important chemicals. It is also help to recycle some of the chemicals like nitrogen, iron, phosphorus and sulfur. These are the important chemicals will be fixed by the chemosynthetic bacteria. Very important. This few industries and few garbage or the industrial effluents which contain these important chemical, so they help to recycle the nitrogen or to get the pure form. Nitrogen, usually nitrogen purification ಮಾಡುವಾಗ, these chemicals purification ಮಾಡುವಾಗ they use for chemosynthetic bacteria. Various chemosynthetic bacteria ಎಲ್ಲ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಪ್ಯೂರಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಓದಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಫಾರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ these bacteria will be used, and here by using biological organism or microorganism that will simplify the chemical reaction ಅನ್ನು ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸನ್ನು ರಿಸೈಕಲ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಈವನ್ ದೀಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಯುಟಿಲೈಸ್ nowadays to decrease the pollutants in the environment. So thank you all my students. Next class we are going to continue with the next topic, that is we continue with the eubacteria. So
don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.